I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day, and I never lost 1 minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might have been. Big wheel, keep on turning, ride Mary, keep on burning.
Hello, vinyl community. Dave the Pickup Artist with you for another round of Psychedelic Sunday, where the cost of one admission is your mind.
FBI, open up!
Can I wait till after Psychedelic Sunday? Folks, this week we've got some records to show, and we're going to start it off with a classic psych album from 1968. I'm talking Tomorrow, their one and only album. And I said this was 68, but it was actually recorded in 67. And it says on the back, it's Tomorrow featuring Keith West.
The wind is blowing in my hair, seagulls flying in the air, my white bicycle.
And we want to get loaded.
Who wants to get hung up on a real life permanent train? Who wants to get hung up on a real life permanent train?
Keith West was like he had a solo career. We also had Steve Howe and Twink. Not a lot of information we know about the bass player on Wikipedia. I couldn't find out any information about him, but all these guys are still alive. West is 81. Twink is still alive, and Steve Howe is, I think, still touring with a band that he calls Yes, and but this is a great startup. We got these guys were in the field with Pink Floyd and with Soft Machine, and this is a great effort from the guys. They had a hit single called My White Bicycle. It was about the communal bicycle scene in Amsterdam, which is an interesting concept. And we've also got we got a bunch of great tracks, Revolution, and Steve Howe actually did a redo of this album a couple years ago, and I actually have never heard it. I don't like the thought of people redoing albums from the past, but on the single, My White Bicycle, Steve Howe uses a sitar guitar, which I had never heard of at the time, but it turns out on his one of his solo albums, the Steve Howe album, he showcased the guitars he uses, and he shows the guitar sitar on there. It's a rare choral sitar guitar on here. And he actually uses a guitar on 2 tracks on this album also. Next, I've got the debut album, the latest reissue of the debut album from them. The Angry Young Them. And they took the name from a science fiction movie called Them. And this is an impressive debut album with Van Morrison.
She spoke directly to the nasty people.
He had a couple of the hits on here. Gloria, Mystic Eyes. Yeah, this is just great. He only did 2 albums with Van. And Van went on to do his thing. And them went on to various entities. And yeah, this is a great debut. I think this is 64. They need to do a box set. There's a lot of unreleased tracks that aren't on the first 2 albums. But this sounds great. This reissue sounds really good. Includes a classic, Gloria and Mystic Eyes, original UK artwork and track listing. Pressed on 180 gram vinyl. Good stuff. Next I have the vocal stylings of Leonard Nimoy with the new world of Leonard Nimoy. Who else? This is one of several albums that Nimoy put out. And yeah, we get like the Transform Man, which is a great companion to this album. There are a lot of similarities.
When they say I'm turning right around, don't take your love to town. See my old friend Martin, can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good they die young. But I just looked around and he's gone.
He does a version of CCR's Proud Mary. The only thing that isn't on here is Bilbo Baggins, the song that he did a video for. It's probably on another one of these albums. There's at least 2 other albums that he did around this time. And yeah, this is just Star Trek related craziness from the new world of Leonard Nimoy. I'm proud to say that I only have 2 picture discs in my collection. The first one is by The Who, and that's pretty terrible. I mean, when you consider it's already a bad album, but to get it on picture disc, it sounded terrible. And to this day, it sounds like complete garbage. And the other one I have is one I got by accident. I had no idea when I ordered this it was going to be a picture disc, but I got Brain Ticket, which I believe is their first album. And it's a great album. It's Krautrock. We're back to Krautrock. Very cool picture disc.
Is that what you want, to wind up with any man?
And it doesn't sound that bad, to tell you the truth. It's called Cottonwood Hill. And the thing about these guys is after they put out this album, they put out their second album, but it had an almost completely different lineup. So I might have that backwards. This might be their second album, but yeah, this is pretty cool despite being a picture disc. Today in 1970, the Velvet Underground played their very last show at the Max's Kansas City venue in New York. Velvet Underground live album from Max's at Kansas City. And as you might imagine, this is not a audiophile album by any means.
Good evening. We're called Velvet Underground. You're allowed to dance in case you didn't know.
You can hear background noise, and you can also hear the guy that had it, his cassette player going. There was a couple right ahead of them, and you can also hear everything the couple says in the background. But this is very cool. We've got, at this point, the Velvet Underground was splintering. This was also a restaurant. I've always been intrigued by the signs that I see advertising this establishment. It says Max's Kansas City, where you can get steak, lobster, and chickpeas. And I'm like, what the hell is that about? So I looked into that, and they did serve chickpeas. The problem was these guys are drunk New Yorkers, and they would throw the chickpeas across the room at each other. They, especially when the band started playing it, and it got rowdy. But yeah, it wasn't unusual for somebody to be eating their steak or lobster and have a chickpea thrown at them. Who knows who threw it? Maybe Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol had his own a table there also. And that's all we've got this week, folks. I hope to see you again next week. Take care, all.
footage. I don't know of any 16, but to my knowledge, this is the only motion picture footage that exists of Max's Kansas City. I mean, it was such a throbbing memory.
And here's the back room.
This is the back room, and to the right, which we don't quite see, is the round table where Andy held court every night from midnight till dawn. And we, the child crowd, always sat across the room in a diagonal, so exactly where you see Paul America and Viva in the corner there. That would be where we'd sit and glare, and that's Bridget, I think, with her back to the camera. Mickey Ruskin, who owned Max's, this is Viva, Susan Hoffman. That's Ira Gallant, who's a designer, stylist. Timmy there, married to, that's Richie Berlin. Richie Berlin is Bridget's sister. Paul America. His real name is Paul Johnson. Very, very interesting character.
You're saying the owner of Max's, the owner of Max's.
Yeah, he gave us a place.